New today, President Biden starting his 4-day trip to the West. It's his first stop in Colorado, then it's on to California and Oregon, bringing attention to statewide and congressional races there. Joining us now is On Balance host Leland Vittert. All right. So, Leland, the president is visiting states that I think it's fair to say have been historically blue. So are the Democrats maybe starting to worry that certain races they assumed were decided maybe aren't as decided as they thought?
Well, one way to look at it is the way you just pointed out. The other way is think about where he is not going. He's not going to Pennsylvania. He's not going to Wisconsin. He's not going to campaign for Tim Ryan in Ohio. He's not going to campaign for Raphael Warnock in Georgia. So the president of the United States is not out in the 5 or 6 states that will decide the balance of power in the Senate. He's not even stopping in Arizona to help Mark Kelly.
Right.
So why? Because he's wildly unpopular in those states. So this is a way for the White House to get him out on the campaign trail. The one place that he's going that's raising some eyebrows to the point you just raised is in Oregon, which is, historically blue. Now there's some real questions about the governor's race there. He's still pretty popular in Oregon. So that he'll campaign there. That helps a little bit. That helps drive turnout for the Oregon governor's debate. You see there, you've got a Republican polling ahead in Oregon.
Right.
I'm not sure that has ever happened. In fact, Playbook, which is fairly liberal in its thinking typically, Politico's Playbook, the blue state Biden can't ignore.
Okay, so Leland, you mentioned the fact that Biden is not going to certain states. That reminds me of Hillary Clinton in 2016. There was a major critique that she didn't pay enough attention to states like Ohio, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. Those are typically Democratic strongholds, as we know. They actually then ended up going to Donald Trump. Is there, any element now of that, maybe of not wanting to make the same mistakes, even though maybe they are?
Well, it'd be the reverse, right? Because Hillary Clinton didn't go to those states because they thought they had them sewn up. She wanted to win 350 electoral votes. And really put her boot on the neck of Donald Trump. And she sort of thought, oh, Pennsylvania, Ohio, and all that kind of stuff is wrapped up. It wasn't. That was the big surprise. This is the reverse case, right? Joe Biden effectively has been asked to stay away.
Right.
Tim Ryan laughed when it was asked, when is the president coming? Raphael Warnock hasn't done an event with President Biden. Pennsylvania, John Fetterman, he's Scranton Joe. He's not going to Pennsylvania. So this is just how profoundly unpopular Joe Biden is in those states. The Senate candidates worry they'll bring him down.
Okay, so speaking of popularity, maybe lack thereof, he's stopping in California. We know that is the home of Kamala Harris, who is the VP. Is this a coincidence that she's not stumping there?
Well, nothing is a coincidence, right? Now, in fairness, she's been out there a lot. She raises a lot of money out in California. She still has a big network out there. And she'll go to safe Democratic districts and rally the vote, right? She's not being used in swing districts either. This isn't a case, for example, in 2002, when George W. Bush was wildly popular as president post 9/11, he'd go into swing districts or swing states, and he would rally Republican support and moderate independent voter support for Republican candidates because he was more popular than they were. In this case, a lot of times Tim Ryan, Raphael Warnock, I'm thinking especially Warnock in Georgia, is outpolling President Biden and Kamala Harris by 10 or 15 points.
Interesting. Well, speaking of Georgia, we have that big debate on Friday. Leland, tell us what's coming up on your show.
Oh, boy, yeah. Warnock Walker is going to be wild on Friday night. We'll be there down for it. Then tonight, we are talking about sort of this wild thing that happened out in Canada where police used DNA evidence to create a composite photograph, a lifelike photograph based on DNA evidence. They put it out. They got enormous backlash from the immigrant and minority communities there. But it goes to this big question. You can see some of the composites and what this company does with DNA. The dangers, right? Yeah, the dangers of, yeah. Yeah, the dangers of creating photographs based on DNA. That is, for example, what the actual photo is and then what the DNA composite was. And the question is should you be, and this was a rape case, they had no idea what the person looked like.
Right.
They knew it was black, and they used the DNA to try and create a composite image.
Yeah.
So the morality of that.
There's some questions there.
We need
There's
to take her
questions,
face,
right?
not mine, as I was talking
right.
about. Your reaction said everything.
All right, Leland, thank you so much. And we, of course, will be watching.
All right, we'll see you then.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.